Hey, it's Crack36, and we are here ready to do America's Turn for our new House Rule game. I'll review a couple things from my previous turn. So the what's it called? Recap for Belarus is 7 infantry and 1 artillery. I don't know where I would put the 2. So there's 1 artillery there. The other artillery is in Eastern, and there's an artillery in Buryatia that walked. And then there's a fighter, I think. Yep. And there's 2 anti-aircraft. Also, I couldn't find grasshoppers North Atlantic, Mid-Atlantic, and Mediterranean. What I did find was the Ultra. There's no German submarines in any convoy zone on the European map. So I'm not sure. So we'll go with the 2, 2, and 2, but just wanted to make you aware I couldn't find that. In addition to that, I misplaced the troops. So they start out in Buryatia, not Yakut. They would retreat to Yakut, and the max could go as far as Yenisei. Started putting the sort of bonuses here because I will forget, actually, interestingly enough, what all these little special rules are. So, don't want to do that. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna leave those there, actually. Put 1 in the Med as well. So what are the Americans going to do in response to... So the Japanese did not attack Yunnan, but they set up. They've got 13 infantry and, of course, their entire, I think it's 17, 19 fighters down here in Quangxi, and they are ready to attack. So that's the big sort of message you get. There was no Hunan attack, and there's no Yunnan attack. And he just moved, I believe it's just 1 more destroyer down here, and then built a destroyer and built a factory. So in both these, I noticed that, the advantages that we've created, he is choosing to do, a lot of things. It's not just the bald fist approach to, I'm going to grab India, but he's fed this just a little bit. He's got the 4 infantry there he's stabilized the north. He is pushing into China, but he wants Yunnan back. Over here, sure looks like, potential sea lion, but not really, not without those. And then, so he's got some forces on the east, which is why I moved forward. There's no concentrated ball as far as I read the map goes. He's trying to do a lot of stuff, and we'll see how that goes, whether it be China or... Now, why doesn't that have... There's the artillery. This was here for a reason. I'm turning around the... my tripod has the stand that would keep it stabilized in the back. So if I want to lean the tripod, sometimes it'll fall over if I have it the right way. So now I got the reversed way, but I can't see the entire screen. So, all right. So what are we going to do? I think in a game like this, I do think it's probably behooves the United States to buy two tech dice. Okay, so that leaves us with $42, and it looks to me like we're in good shape in a lot of ways to repeat the same performance. So I'm going to have to add some units, and they'll mostly be C units. So I'll be adding the usual, which is carrier, as we play catch up. I'll be adding a carrier to the Pacific, and I'll be adding a destroyer Now I do have 2 destroyers on the board. You always want to keep an eye on his subs. He has 2 destroyers. I have 2. He has 2 subs. I have 2 destroyers. And then I do like adding a sub pretty much every turn. Let's see where the money is at that point in time. Okay, so we have $16, and 8 is 32, and 6, 32, 38, 48, and then an infantry, 48. Any chance I can get a transport out of that? Oops, that's a cruiser. Sorry, my contact lens in. So. All right. So actually, technically, I would actually roll these dice first. So probably I should do that. Can I do this right here? I need a 6. I need a 6 in order to get technology. Ah, shucks. And that's a 5 and a 3. All right. So then we proceed, and I just threw something somewhere. Oh. Yep, right there. So then this is $42 left. That's 16 and 8 and 6. $38. I'm gonna save 4. Okay. Yep, I'm gonna save $4. That will be good. Okay, what are we going to do? All right, so obviously we're not at war. Normally speaking, so the question is he going to attack next turn? Because he's supposed to grab the Solomons at some point in time in order to cut down on the Anzac income. Is he going to do that next turn? Could he, for instance, take the Philippines? He didn't buy a transport. That's what, generally speaking, he would do if you were going to do the Money Islands grab. So I don't think he's going to do that. He's only got 2 oh, he does have destroyers. I'm sorry, he does have destroyers. So he has 2 destroyers down here. He added another one. He's got 2 destroyers over there. This is a powerful one because it can actually go to these places. It can go to Celebes. I don't think it can make it to Borneo. Nope, it can make it to Borneo indeed, but it would be blocked by this ships. So we can make it to Celebes and Java from here. So it'll be our job to see if we can mess that up a little bit. So in that keeping, if we could mess that up, we'd mess it up with a Palau. And so now obviously he could then, use the destroyers here to take at the Philippines. But the point being, he's got 13 infantry. Can I block that? I don't think I could block that. So I am going to... So he could grab the Money Islands next turn. He's got an ultra mobility with the Tokyo Express. I do not think they'll make it back, so I'm going to move them down here. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. No. 1, 2, 3. Yep. I'm going to go here. Okay, so those will be right there. Let me grab an American token if I can find one. I just want to make sure we all know that there's Americans down there. Because you can forget those things, and that would suck. Okay, so what are we doing for... And we're just going to bring everything down. We want to threaten. So, no declaring war, I don't think. Let me make sure that I'm going to set this up. Oops. All right, so they would bring... I'm going to bring an artillery and an infantry out because you normally think of attacking, with artillery, but I'm going to bring an infantry out. Okay, as far as the planes go, I want to let them know that I could, if I wanted to, land in Korea if they invaded. I don't think there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 3. There's 5 Sharpie things here in Carolines, and there's tons more than 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so let's break off a sub off this. There's only 1 sub, so I would like to get 1, 2, 3. No, 1, 2, 3. Make him use his destroyers for something else besides what he wants to use them for. All right, so we leave behind, and the airplane from America. I don't know if you saw that. No, you didn't. Goes to Midway for three planes. Okay, so I'm not afraid. Long-range aircraft. Okay, we should check this. There's no air base in Quangzi, and its fighters are not on the carriers. So again, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, I think. 8 versus the 6. I'm fine with those odds. And on this board, we would put this down all over here. With $4 left over for the Americans. Token. All right, that's what I just did. All right, let's go here to the east side. And the Americans got a quick bonus off this. Oh, there's no destroyer here. There's a cruiser. That's a problem. Okay, so I'm going to let the British supply the destroyers. The bomber is the only question I have. I do not think we're going into the war next turn. We could. Oh, the plane. Sorry, excuse me. The plane here goes to Guam. All right, back over here. Building up for 91. I have and the transport from 26. Transport from 26 is going to go here. Sorry. All right, that was a mistake. Transport from 26 is going to go back. Okay, just want to let you know that. And then over here, I don't think there's anything to do, so I won't. All right, that's it. We would get $52 again. I'm going to use the black chip for the 50, and then 2 more, plus the 6. And the recap would be that, I mean, I can move everything forward, so. I mean, there's no yep, we're good. Can't tell if that's right setup. Okay, so the recap on the East Coast for 101 is battleship, cruiser, and a transport. There are 1 and 2 infantry here, 2 anti-aircraft, a fighter, and that, you know what, that fighter's going to the West Coast. 2 infantry, 3 mech, 1 tank, 1 artillery, 2 anti-aircraft, and 1 bomber. Okay, and there is in C-Zone 57, an American destroyer, Season 56, an American sub. In 47, there's an American sub. In Guam, there's a fighter. In the Hawaiian Islands, there's a attack bomber and a fighter on a carrier and a cruiser, 2 cruisers, and 2 destroyers, a transport, and a battleship. Nope, that's not going to work. Okay, I always try to get them on there. How about you? Do you guys try to get them on there? On the island of Japan, there are 3 infantry and 1 artillery and a transport in Season 26. And on Midway, there are 3 fighters. Did I mention the sub in 47? Yes, I did. And the fighter in Guam. And that, oh, okay. And so Season 10, so destroyer, sub, carrier, and 1 fighter from the East Coast, and 1 transport from Season 26. And off the coast, there is, you know, I'm going to bring that artillery. I'm going to bring that artillery from the West Coast out here. So, 2 anti-aircraft, 1 infantry, 1 artillery, and 1 truck in West Coast. Real close for you. And just going to do a flyby of the board so that you, Schultze, and anybody else can make sure everything's good. This is my map of Japan, what the Japanese did. This is my map of what the Germans did, and the Russians, of course. And then we put the French guy from Tunisia down in Central. And then over here, I'm going to just do the 2 infantry, 1 tank, 3 trucks, a bomber, 2 anti-aircraft, battleship, cruiser, transport. All right, that's craft 36. Out. I just did the Chinese turn, and it took so long. And I'm just going to do, I move stuff around. It's Suiyuan to Shenxi, Hunan to Qichao, and then everything grouped in Sichuan. So that's 2, and then Shenxi, 2 here. I got $12, so I bought 4 infantry, obviously. I got, and then here is 3, and 4 is 7, and 5 is 12, and 5 more is 17, plus the artillery. And that is China turn 1. I get the Burma Road bonus, and there are 5 and 5 more. So 10 plus 6 is $16. Didn't save anything from last turn. That's it.